Libras, how are you guys doing today? I told you guys to come back and check me out now. I see some of you guys are not coming back and check out my channel. I told you the older I get, the more comfortable I get talking on here. And hey, I say I get a little bit better. I can't give you all the juice at one time. I get Well, like I said, I don't have a microphone right now, so therefore it's gonna be like a lot of air inside my mic because it's on the computer. When I hear it back over, I'm like, ugh, sounds like I'm in a slow school, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I said, hey, not everybody on here talks pretty good, so can't help it. It's okay. So, for those of you who are returning back, welcome back. And I hope you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you guys see a paid reading, a personal reading, don't forget to look at the description box below the video. And you guys can email me for a personal reading. If you do not trust me, then watch the videos as long as I can post those videos. Right now, I'm going to get busy again, so I'm trying to go ahead and get these out, even though I know that I can't get them loaded to YouTube as fast as I would like it, because I have to find me an internet where it's not everybody on it, it's slowing it down. So it seems like when I go somewhere, it's like people's like, oh, what does she got? So I feel like I'm being blocked everywhere I go, and I feel like I got hackers on my computer watching me, so it may seem a little bit old paranoid, but yeah, I know when people are around and they're not around because my computer goes to zoom, it just speeds up. So today, Libras, it's your birthday month. Yes, happy birthday, Libras. How you guys doing? And you know, I forgot to say the same thing to August and July. I started, I think, in the part of June or July. But anyway, I forgot to throw out the birthday wishes to people. Okay, I forgot that. But anyway, I'm so busy trying to hurry up and get the readings out, and I'm trying to zoom through, trying to get like 12 done. So Libras, I'm gonna start in your past. I'm gonna work my way up to the front. But this is gonna be a different reading for you, Libras. I'm gonna try something different because you know how things come to you. And I have a list of things that I want to do, but because I have no subscribers, Belly, I got 3. Thank you all for. I don't know who you are because I can't see who are, but I see Mr. DJ down there. Hey, welcome. But anyway, um, there's things I want to do, but I don't want to say it. And those people who will maybe, you know, people who just want to do it for themselves, and then the time I do it, they're like, oh, you know, I'm telling you, I've been behind the scenes for 10 years. I'm that person that keep people living. That's what I feel like. I'm the table legs to put on the table for everybody. Okay. And so it's like when you want to do it, people are like, who that is? Why she out here? Who she is? I feel like I'm a ghost all the time, which is a very, very good thing. So, Libras, if you guys are choosing to do the right thing in life and be a good girl, oh my gosh, it's a blessing in it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Because it's priceless. It's also a lonely place, but it's not really lonely because God is amazing. You know, He sometimes come through and He fulfill that void and put some joy in you, and you'll sleep like a baby. You don't know why. Okay, so if you in that type of zone where you're just trying to figure out from 16 to 18 to 25, and you're just like, I need a husband, I need something, I need a pet. Go and need Jesus. Go and need the Lord. And you may say that sounds very boring because we don't see him, we don't know who he is. Okay, well, it's nothing like finding yourself at a certain age and you thinking like, that could have been me at 16. I could have been with 2, 3 kids, a baby daddy, trying to figure out where he is. I could have been like leading my children for a crutch and hope and pray they don't never leave me. That could have been me. Then my child is mad at me because they didn't have life because I needed them so much to be here with me, abandon me. I was so afraid because I just feel like I want to be alone. So I think sometimes we have to literally reach out to God and understand that He exists and put all that pressure and stress that we have onto Him because He's magnitude. He can handle all that. Another person can't. Another person will leave you because they are feeling drowned. Okay, and you'll block them, you'll hold them back for doing things in life, and then you make other people judge them and say, "Oh, you sorry, oh, boo." blah blah. You don't work no well. You ain't got no job because your mama needs you. The daddy needs you. Why? Because they either drinking or they got an eating problem or they got a habit that they want to let go, and they need you to be there to be their crutch to always help them. So, oh, they got a spending habit or they got a gambling habit, and they don't pay the bills, so they need somebody to, like you, to depend on to help them pay the bills or something. Or they got too many kids to take care of, and they got kids that have done some things that they've been doing, so now you got to put the bill money down on. You got to provide money for them to stay and eat because they can't make it. You see what I'm saying? There's so many things that goes on in people's life that a lot of people judge you and don't know why you don't work out, why you don't have your own. Why you live with your mom and dad still? Why you live with your mom? Why you live with your dad? You're 30, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. And it's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes with their parents, or a lot of things going on behind the scenes with their siblings that a lot of people don't come and take in consideration that could be a loop thing that's keeping them in the loop, okay? So Libras, I'm gonna start in your past, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Okay, I'm so super excited. So the little thing that I'm going to do for you Libras is going to talk about like who's very compatible with you guys. I pulled a couple things to see which one. Aquarius came up twice as the most compatible to Libras. Also, Aries came up. Okay, so some of you guys could be dating Aries, or some of you guys may be friends with Aries, and you realize that this is like your body and Clyde thing. You guys can do a lot of things together. But as me, I know from my experience with the Aries, it's like I like the energy, but I know that I'm the type of person I like to have the flow too when I want to talk. I also have my own opinions, and sometimes Aries and me are too much of a kind, which means we both like to talk and we both like to debate things, but at the same time, Aries to me is one who I would say is wrong, but Aries is not completely wrong. You get what I'm saying? So, Sirius is like my knowledge of wisdom, I would say, from experiences and from things I have been through, I will probably consider myself in a level 5, and Aries will probably consider himself in a level 10. And the reason why I'm saying it like this is because I will consider myself to be and a place of balance, of humbleness, and to open to understand stuff. Aries will be open to understand as well, but Aries will continue on learning, but they kind of like give the flow to the person and don't give the flow to God, and not allow God to be the person who actually created it all, did it all, and allow Him to come into your spirit and allow Him to show you what you need to know versus everybody's like, no, I read it right here, and it's been proven by so and so and so, and the people doing this and the people doing that, and they ain't supposed to do this and then da 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 da. And for me, I will learn it. I have learned it through a way of saying that God's allowed this person to harden their heart. God allowed this and all that, and He'll say, "No, it's some people choices. It's them," and it's like He's right at the same time. You get what I'm saying? So that's how it kind of like the conversation is between me and Aries. It's like we both kind of like on heading on the same path, but it's more like I'm learning from the spirit world versus he's learning from what somebody else wrote in a book or what somebody else has said or what he's seen on streets and stuff like that. And for me, I kind of like had a different experience. So that experience that I had, it's kind of like, mm, I can tell you some things that make you say, dang. And then when you get on Judgment Day, you be like, she wasn't lying. What? No. Because I feel like as a human being, I feel like I'm glad I don't have any children. Aries may feel grateful for having kids, but at the same time, feel annoyed with taking care of those children. You know, because they have that ADH really bad, which is attention deficit, where they don't want to sit back and tend to something 24/7 because it's like they get frustrated real quick. They have bad irritation. Bad, how can you say it? Their their attitude gets very. Shall I say not attitude? They show. Or shall I say no? Let me see. How can I say it? They get very um, easily irritated. Okay, so it's hard for Aries to be a mom or dad because they don't have the patience for children who needs them all the time because they want to do that. Once the Aries learn how to explore, that's the worst thing ever in the world. They can learn how to explore. And you may say, why is that? You will understand why people keep kids in cages if you meet Aries as a fire signs. Because they like to tend to slow and go and they want to dibble dabble and everything, and they don't have time to actually just sit back and observe and understand exactly what's going on with it before they go and say, I ain't got time for that. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's how the world is now. Is everybody's on that high where they don't have patience to get to know anything. They don't have patience to hear anything. They just want to get in and go about the business. Now, I am extremely patient as well. I want to hear the facts. I want you to tell me what I need to know, and I want to go on my business. I want to be able to get it done and sit down and rest. Seems lazy, right? But I'm just the type of person I don't like. I don't like to. I won't say. I would say that I don't have patience. It's just that I can't stand for something that can be done within minutes to be taken forever, ever, ever. And I'm like, okay, let's get it done. You know, I want to talk and trip with you, but let's get it done. I'm the type of person when I'm on the job or anywhere, let's get it done yesterday. Or sometimes if I feel like we got plenty of time, if I have a job and it says I have to be here from 9 to 8 in order to get paid, I have to have my 8 hours. Then if I know the work that I do does not require me to do 8 hours, then yes, I'm into it. I will sit down and I will just pity pat and I will seem so extremely lazy to you. So you be like, girl, you is just sorry. But in reality, I get up and I bust it. You know, like you see me online now, like I throwing these readings back to back. I bust it for real because I want to get it and get it done so I can take a break. Because when I take a break and I want to break. I don't want nobody to disturb me. I act like Aries in a heartbeat. I will take over Aries status in a minute. I will be that girl. I'll be that mean girl. Because when I'm tired, I'm tired. And when I want to rest, I want my 8 hours rest. I want my rest time. I want my doo-doo. You know, I'm just that person. I'm not an earth sign. I don't have that. Some earth signs. Because some earth signs can be very, like a rock, stubborn, and don't want to do nothing. Okay. So anyway, Libras, Aquarius is another sign that you guys were compatible with. And I can agree somewhat because I do like Aquarius. I trip with Aquarius, but I'm the type of person where I don't pretty much like compete all the time. And Aquarius have an energy of the Leo. And like I have the energy of Aries. And I don't like to always compete with you, but sometimes competing with my Aquarius person is fun. And competing with the Leo person is fun as well. And it's challenging, you know, because we do stuff that's fun and we do it in a joking way for some of us Leos. And but sometimes Leo kind of like have this personality where they just, if Leo don't know you, sometimes they have this little competition with you and you don't know it until they get to know you. And then once they get to know you and they feel your vibe, your energy, then they'll compete with you, but it's fun and games because they know you. Versus when they don't know you, they kind of figure they want to take a job or they want to do certain things to malicious to get you fired. But then when once they know you, then they try to bond and cloud with you on certain things, and you be like, "Oh, slicky, all right, now you look out for me like that," you know. So they could be, if I could say, some things that you don't want to do. Fire signs are all your doers, and just like water signs are doers for earth signs, and they'll do for everybody else too. But um, the problem with water signs is that you're gonna pay them back triple. I should say maybe quadruple it, I mean, a sextuple, or I don't know. Can I think of a word with you pay them like 20,000 times what they gave you? But anyway, um, for some Aquarius, I feel like for Libras, as a comparison with us, um, I don't like it when Aquarius is pretty much will everything that you told them to go back and tell somebody else. Libras do that too, but I feel like for me, if you tell me don't say nothing, I'm not gonna say anything. But majority of the time, if I'm saying something, I try to say without saying the person's name. And if I'm mad with you, of course I'm gonna say your name. And I feel like you messy towards me, I'm gonna say your name. But majority of the people, I do not try to say their names. I may tell their story or say something similar to what happened, like I always do in my readings, so I can give you a picture view of what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to use as something for you to picture what I'm trying to give you to understand it. And see, like I say, some Aquarius are very, very stingy. I think it's a main pet peeve that I dislike when I see this coming out as Aquarius as comparison. And I could be very stingy too. But at the same time, I look at it and say, if that was me, not always look at that. And Aquarius sometimes they will look at it as if what about me? But Aquarius will have a dialogue of why they need to get a job or why they need to do certain things, and I'm like, I don't. I take it to the perspective of God and say, hey, I don't care. I know for a fact for me, when I work hard, and I know for a fact I don't deserve to get fired from jobs I get fired from. So when I get fired, I'm like, I don't get it. And when people saying you got to work hard, you got to keep getting jobs, it's like I don't understand that because I know I busted my behind and I know I gave it all my hundreds and I don't understand why you fired me. So to get fired from jobs that you working hard on, and then for somebody to tell me you need to get a job, you need to work hard, you're lazy, you're tired, it's kind of like it's kind of like it's not making sense to me. But when I think about God way, it makes sense because God people was supposed to be separated from the city people. Okay, so when you have people that are godly, like, and you mix it with the city people, you don't mix well because your doings is righteous with God and it's good, and you fit that position of that area of people versus the people who you try to come in and they see you as trying to work hard and trying to help build things up, and they don't want that. They want things to be built, but they also want to be petty while they're building stuff. It's like building a house out of cheap wood when it's supposed to be built out of iron and brick. And instead of you building out a good quality, you build it out of bad quality. And see, I'm that type of person who's like, shouldn't my house have bricks in it? Shouldn't it have like maybe some metal or something in it? And that would irritate people who just want to do it tomorrow and make money tomorrow. Earth sign may come out there and say, hey, Mr. Sage, I need a project I want you to do. Get your boys out there. I want your boys to go out there and do that project within 5.2 seconds, okay? Yes, sir, we got it. We're going to have that house done in 2 days. Amazing. He was like, 2 days? You can do that in 2 days? All right. Well, then I got $1 million contract here. I need you to build me like 1,000 houses in 30 days, okay? How about that? And the boy was like, who do you think you talking to? I can build them in an hour. No problem. Run me the money. So when you're dealing with somebody who's got the amount of money and dream about, oh, I don't flip the $100 and I can make a back. So you kind of like, you got a lot of frustration when somebody like me comes along who's trying to make sure everything is neat and order and built right and specific. And then people are like, nah, see, we get them built in 2 days is because we don't necessarily, use the right kind of glue for the pipes, even though it'll be quicker done, professionally done, and excuse me, faster if we use the right glue. But at the same time, you may feel like that's gonna take me 2 days for that glue to dry. I need a glue that's gonna dry within seconds, but hold enough so the people can sell the house. You know what I'm saying? Sell the house very quickly, but at the same time, and then you might use cheap pipes to build the pipeline, and then some people are like, okay, the water pump done busted, and then you use a straw for wood, and you're like, it'll stand still until they give us that money. It don't matter. You get what I'm saying? So it's basically like somebody using bad material, and my behind come through. They be like, no, you probably should use 100% brick with that. You should use 100% oak wood or 100% cedar wood or what we call it, versus just throwing it together. And see, they get mad at me because I'm in them. It's like, no, we should do it the right way. We don't want the headaches and we don't want stress. And they don't care about that until it's too late. Then all that fast money they don't make, what happened? They got a lawsuit coming through because you didn't think things through. You didn't think about the proper cause effect of what making quick money will do for you. All you seen was a guy said, hey, I can make it in 2 days. I'm going to run this money in. And I'm going to sell them houses. I'm going to go out here and put it online and the house will be ready in about 30 days. Run me my money. He done made $1 billion off of giving you $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to blend with people that's like that, and then they turn around and say, you ain't no better than me, and you can like, your flaw book says it's 1,000,000 and some pages, and my flaw book says it's 10 pages. So does it make sense? Exactly. It don't make sense for a billionaire to be a billionaire and somebody that's doing work for him sitting there struggling trying to figure out how to eat. Neither one of those things makes sense. But for somebody with me, they don't want me around to tell that logical to save them from getting sued. I can remember being in the classroom and this teacher told me, she said, I have never in my life met a bunch of foo-foos in all my days. She said, I have never heard a bunch of nonsense in all my days. She said, sometimes I wonder who raised these children, or did they just come out and just gather around people and they come about this personality from a group of people. She said some people could say the dumbest stuff and the stupidest stuff I ever heard in all my days. She said, whenever you have a business, you work hard for a business because you want it to be successful. She said, you do the right thing on this business because you want it to be successful. She said, but to think that somebody is a good person is trying to harm your business is really, I don't know. She said, you come to my class on time. She said, you speak. She said, and everything that I feel like, everything I see you, you're good. She said, you don't have any kids. You don't have no excuses. She said, and if you have an excuse, she said, I think he came here one time with something. She said, and I understood that. She said, because you do have a job. She said, but none of these people in this class has a job. A couple of them is wives. She said, and the only thing they have to say is that they were out of bed late or their kids had to go to school and they were back to sleep and they overslept. Class will start at 7 and some people will come to class at 12 o'clock because they know class to end at 3. They will have 3 hours to spend in class and they're going and expect the teacher to give them everything they need. And they was very smart. Now, I couldn't say they was dumb because they were very smart people when they came in late and did the work late. But she said, it's not like they're dumb. She said, and it's not like they don't pick it up. She said, but the bad part about it is that they pick it up. She said, but they don't have the people skill. She said, it's one thing to come into your job, but you're late all the time. It's another thing to come in your job and you have kids. So therefore you can't perform well. So, because you always being called out because your child is sick. She said, there's another thing when you can't do your job because you have a husband or you have a boyfriend and your baby dad is flighting the cars or doing all kind of stuff. He's calling your job. That's one thing. She said, and it's another thing where you just lazy and you feel like you just spoiled and you don't want to work nowhere. She said, but all of these people in this classroom has those excuses. She said, and these people coming to me and making you look like you are so horrible, you are so nasty. And she said, I cannot understand why do you want this on your property? Who's going to cause your lawsuit? She said, because when she doesn't feel like working, she's going to mistreat your people. She said, and when she mistreat those people, that's a lawsuit against your company. She said, when she don't feel like coming into work and she has a bad attitude with people, that's a lawsuit against your company because the reason is if a customer slips and fall or cusses them out or anything goes wrong, she said, that's a lawsuit. She said, and if they're treating your people like crap, it's because the boyfriend has broken up with them or because the kids is getting on their nerves and they don't feel like tending to nobody else. She said, that's a lawsuit because those people being elected, yeah, elected, they're not being taken care of. They're not fixing their food. She said they're thinking everything's a joke. They're being goofy. They're just, when I say awful, awful, the awful stuff that you see in certain places and businesses that go on, it's ridiculous. But those are the type of people they want on the property, and they don't understand why they want those people. And she said, so for them to come and have so much negative stuff to say, it didn't make any sense. She said, but they want money and they want people to ignore what they're actually doing behind the scene because they're just as bad. And she said they would do, they will settle for these people that somebody's asking a bunch of questions. Like, I'll ask questions, but I really don't pay attention. I really don't care because I will go to sleep. Only thing I really main care about was going to sleep anyway, okay? I hold a conversation with you just to be holding a conversation because in reality, what you saying to me goes in one ear out of. And plus, I was doing this. So a lot of times, if I want to know anything on your business, I would tear it down like this with this. So I really didn't need nobody to talk to me and tell me nothing. Okay. So it was all a joke because I'll have dreams or I could do this and it'll tear it up. Okay. So everything you was doing that you didn't want me to know or to be a problem with, it didn't matter because I knew before I come to that door what was going on in business. I already knew your business and shambles and you would face bankruptcy. I could tell that you was gambling and you were risking money before I come to your property. Okay. I didn't need nobody on the property to tell me exactly what I already know. Because I already seen it. I've already seen it before I actually came on your property. Because before I even got hired to the job, I did my research on you before I got there. So you worry about the wrong thing. But like I said, it's the energy that I have versus people who steps into me. Once you step into that vessel, you become a part of the crew. You be like, "Welcome to the kingdom." No, let's gamble. It's like going into a gamble hall. It's like stepping into a casino place, and they're like, "Welcome to the casino. We got what you want." Okay, let's start reading Libras. I'm tired. I done spent 25 minutes talking about whatever. But anyway, like I say, some of you guys know exactly how it is with your Aquarius. And I'm sure you guys are going other different signs, but I mainly want to see what you guys mold. It's like what you represent the most with, most likely, like with Aquarius and Aries came up. So some of you guys probably dealing with somebody else, totally different than Aries. I'll probably do another video on that later because right now I'm trying to get the video under 45 minutes, but I also want to do Libras, make it kind of a little bit longer, but everything is so hard to upload and to end. And I'm like, I need to make it like 10 minutes long, but I can't seem to stop talking about everything. But anyway, Libras. Excuse me for talking ratchet because I'm really sleepy and tired. And I've been up since 9 o'clock this morning. I go to bed at 3. So, 6 hours of sleep is driving me crazy. But anyway, Libras, in the past, I feel like you guys were trying to get away from conflict. And let's go into details about this conflict. Not too big of details, but anytime I get this and you're rolling away and then you're rolling back, I feel like some of you guys are dealing with another air sign or you're dealing with a place, environment where you maybe feel like you're being watched with this water here, You may be on an emotional roller coaster and you may feel like, I'm so sick of this mess. When is it going to stop? Okay. Whether it's love or whether it's job or whether it's the place environment where you live at, you may not even work nowhere. Some of you Libras. And if you don't work anywhere, you could be sitting home and in your emotions and your feelings because you want to get up and move around, or you just want to. You may be watching children and stuff, taking care of kids, and you have kids with different personalities who always need, and so it could have been tired you out, could have been stressing you out a little bit. So you could have been fussing because, hey, I need some pampers. Hey, I need some milk. So you could be talking to baby daddies or something like that, and telling them all the things that you need for the children, and they're constantly like give you a merry-go-round. Some of your Libras probably just not taking care of the kids. Probably just like, let her sit in the pamper all day because I'm tired. I don't change up 50 different times yesterday, but today I'm not gonna do it. You know how you have one of them days where you just work hard, and the next day you be like, I ain't doing it the same day in a row. No, I'm tired. And you may say, I thought you said you work hard. I do work hard. I don't have any kids, but I'm just saying, it just certain things that you do one day, and I'm the type of person, I work hard one day, and next day I kind of slow it down, and then the next day I pick it up. But I have this thing with 3 days I burn out. But like I say, the second day I kind of like slow it down a little bit, but still kind of crump. So I'm thinking like for some Libras who have that mindset where they just a snail period, and they just don't have that kind of I gotta get up and get it. So I feel like for some of you Libras, you guys were turning away from this love that caused you so much stress. I feel like you guys were doing a lot of fighting or arguing with this person. For some of you Libras, it could be another air sign or it could be a water sign you could have been dealing with. But I feel like some of you guys probably got divorced from this person, and some of you guys maybe renew your vows with this person. But I feel like it was a really nasty battle in the past with somebody who was dating, and I feel like you might have felt like the law was on your side, or it was on your side, in the past, but at the same time, it's like you've already went to court for that situation. So whatever situation you was dealing with, Libra, it could have been love or house or a job. So it could have been that you was being treated unfair on your job. You kind of went to court for that. So it was a lot of stress, dealing with a lot of coworkers who was just beat bop bop. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of argument, a lot of tension going on. You could be working at daycare for some of your Libras. And it could have been a lot of stress dealing with the kids on daycare. So you might have had to go to court for that. Or you could have been working in the hospital. Or you could be working in a nursing home. And I feel like some of your Libras had to go to court for that. Or maybe it was a court arrangement for some of your Libras. And you had to go and speak your truth and that matter for some of your Libras. And I feel like also some of you guys that are in a relationship with someone, I felt like you was tired of arguing with someone and telling them what pointing out things what they were doing, and I feel like they wasn't listening. I feel like they was like wah 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 wah, you wrong, wah wah wah. Especially with the water sign. I feel like this water sign person here was very naive, very manipulative. The type of person wherein they, how can I say it? They know they was doing wrong, but they want to do what they want to do, but they don't want you to see them and point it out and tell them what they were doing. And it also could be Libra as well, where you were doing, um, you wanted, you seen something that you want somebody else had, but at the same time, you kind of like felt like you knew how to outthink somebody or something, and try to take someone else's man or woman. So you know how to maneuver because you're a thinker. And I feel like you guys was trying to do some kind of mind thing with someone where you're trying to point out all the flaws so that you can have your way with someone. Or you might have tried to point out all the flaws of someone so you can have the kids or take their children. Or someone probably try to someone try to point out all the flaws that you were doing so they can take your kids. So somebody could have run off with your kids, or someone could have took kids from you, or in your environment, like me. Somebody took kids out of my environment. So I'm throwing that in there because that's my experience. Um, for some of your pages, did I say that? For some of your Libras, you guys could have been dealing with an issue where you weren't getting paid a little bit of money. It could be online. Someone else will give you a little bit of money. And you may feel like, nah, I want more money. Or you could have got a message about, or somebody could have sent you a message about money. So I feel like you got a news. Someone was like, well, if we do this, I pay this amount of money, or something like that. So it could be some kind of message that you got and a call or something about money opportunities. So okay, somebody offers some money opportunities in the past. Also, it could have been in your earth sign that you guys were dealing with, and this person here pretty much probably bought you a gift or something, a little ring or something, and they might have told you, hey, let's get together, I want to be with you. Or someone probably bought you a toy or something, a little small gift or something that someone wants to show that they like you or for you to stay. And also, they could have did this because they know they was doing something wrong in the past and decided, I'm gonna Gucci her up and I'm gonna get her something nice because I know I hurt her feelings. I don't know, she felt some kind of way. But I feel like this is mainly a message about love. I feel like someone also tried to offer someone new or someone that you talk to somebody already and you get another offer for someone who's much younger who wants like, hey girl, I could be your baby. Not sugar daddy, this person's very young. But I feel like you could be older. This person's much younger, could have tried to offer you some love, and you might say, gotta, what you call them things when Cracker Jack boxes come, they have them rings in the Cracker Jack boxes. Someone probably offer you a little cheap ring or something. You'd be like, oh, that's so cute. He's so adorable. Especially when it's time you going through, especially if for some of your leaders, if you're going through a time where you're stressed out and you're heartbroken and stuff like that. So it just means a lot sometimes when you think it don't. For some of you Libras, I feel like you were trying to create a project or trying to start something new with a fire sign or with water, earth, whoever. But I feel like it could have been lead with intercourse before you actually got to know them. So I feel like some of you guys was like, my time is running out. I didn't have to get this done because one minute I'm into it, next minute I'm not. So I feel like some of you guys was focused on that very strongly for some of your Libras. Um, but then I feel like some of your Libras is like, I'm too sleepy and tired for that. I can't do it. Some of you guys could be doing the fire sign who was really, really, really mean. So it could have been you also carrying this energy where you're just burnt out so quickly. It's like you cranked up to do something, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do it. Woo! I thought about it, but I can't go through it. I can't. I don't know. It's like your energy burns out as soon as you get started. You're like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I know I should. Know I should go through it, but I'm not. So it could be that you dated somebody or you married to somebody, and he's like, "We finna do it tonight." And you're like, "Yeah, we can get crying. Go take a bath." And by the time you take a bath, you sleep. You're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I fall asleep on you last night?" We do it early in the morning, and early in the morning gets to you like. He was like, "Oh, you sleep?" Or she's like, "Oh, you sleep?" I know you didn't. You just, oh my gosh, you act like an old person. Some of you guys not even that old, and you're probably just acting like you're just much older than what you're supposed to be. And I feel like you're into it, it's on your mind. But as soon as you get it, you're like, "Ugh, I'm so tired, I'm so sleepy, I can't do nothing." I don't know why the energy was hitting Libras, but it was hitting you guys. For some of you Libras, I feel like I want to say there was a third party going on with the Earth sign, maybe Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I also feel like this person here was not the quality. You know what I'm saying? It's like you talk to somebody and you had that flame one night and you be like, okay, bye. And he's like, no, but baby, I want to talk to you. You know, I want to treat you good. I want to, and he's like, you don't have a job. What you going to do? Just no. Goodbye. It's annoying. You don't have nothing to offer me but dirt. Just get up out of here. No, I ain't trying to, and I don't have no water to put inside this to water you, to grow you, or nothing to mold you. I'm not trying to mold you with me. Not today. You better go out here for that blow. I'm gonna blow. I'm gonna blow your little house down. Okay, you're gonna be mad at me. So let me blow this whistle. Son of a whistle. Let me stop. Anyway, for some of you Libras, I feel like you guys are just really focused on your money. And I feel like you're trying to figure out how to come together as a team and how to get this money back, baby. Or you guys just been trying to do it on your own and trying to do it your. Dang, I am trying to do it my way, ain't it? Just tell somebody else trying to do it my way. When I say something, I'm like, oh, I am like that, ain't it? Trying to get it my way. I am trying to do my whole and everything, editing and all everything, microphone, just everything. I'm trying to do it on my own, but it seems like it's all falling apart. Like, oh, I'm studying my own research because I studied this stuff a long time ago because I played the Sims like crazy. So I had to know all of this stuff, how to do the videos and how to write the sound. I was just all that doing the Sims, trying to figure out how to play the Sims. I mean, I was like a hacker, and I don't know how to hack. But I feel like I was hacking. I had to learn all the computer files because when you play The Sims and The Sims don't have all the clothes, and you like, this whole look ratchet. I want my clothes. I want this outfit. I want that. So when you do those outfits, the people like, well, in order for you to download the files, you need you need this file. You need zip. You need to unzip the file and put it in the Sims folder. And in order for it to play, you got to delete this file and put that file. Girl, I ain't no darn technique. Why do I have to do no tech? No, why do I have to do all that? Why can't you just zip the thing? Now, some files were so good where it would just boom, you open it up, it go right on the game. And when I want a headache. But majority of them, you got to go through this file, go that file, go this. And I'm like, what? You got to go in there, rewrite the whole program, open the black screen up, and what? Put the XRL and put the L, put the slash and two and J and do the command. What? I have to do all that. No. Some days I be into it, and some days I'm just like this, so I'm reading. I'm just tired, exhausted. I don't feel like doing nothing. Mm-mm. And I can tell you, I've been like that even when I was young, all the time. My friends would come with it, like, girl, why you in the bed since we got out of school? Don't you want to go and have fun? And I'm like, yeah, I'm always going to have fun. But just today, I need to get like a couple of hours sleep or something. Shoot, as soon as I get 2 hours of sleep, I'll be wide open all night long. Then I'll be mad because I got to get up and go to school this morning. Woo, boy, but I had some fun though. I really say I didn't have a lot of fun. I love the fact that I was able to get out in those days and then get pregnant. Hey, oh my God, I'm so super excited. And I still had my fun. And I feel like all young females should do that. Oh, everybody, just have fun. Stop letting somebody tell you got to be in a relationship at 2 and 3 years old. And stop ruining your life because it is so priceless to be able to get out there and do your thing and not have to come home and somebody yelling at you, get your goddamn gun child. You been out all night. I know who you think you is, and you been working. I've been working, mom. I've been working, dad. I've been working, grandma. It's not supposed to, grandma. It's nothing like a peace of mind to somebody just fussing at you because what you did versus you got 3 or 4 kids. Somebody had to watch while you was at work. You were like, oh, please stop stressing me out. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Just love me for who I am. You be like, love you for who you are. When you go out and party every Friday, Saturday night, even on Sundays, you find a party to go to. Oh, I know that's right. I did. And they be like, yeah, but you got all these chillings too. You be like, dang, I sure do. I just pack them up and mail them back where they come from. They be like, I bet you wish you could do that, wouldn't you? And I'm like, exactly. See, that's the kind of wildness I would have been. And I know I'd have been sloppy, ratchet, okay? And I couldn't even judge nobody because 100 people was like, girl, you know Susan leave her kids. And the ones that be having kids be judging other people. I'm like, what the world? And I'm on TikTok like, how y'all judge other people and all y'all got the same problems? How you got kids and you turn around and say, she deserved to do such child. She deserved. Oh, let me get off this thing because y'all too ratchet. Because y'all just love bad karma. And always the ones that's doing the most ha in the street, like ho Santa Claus, you know. And you gonna tell us a girl, let me tell you who she been with, and then let me tell you all the STD she got. You doing the same thing she doing. How you couldn't talk about her? See, I couldn't talk about nobody because I'd be like, I'm gonna get me again tonight. I'm gonna go out here and run the streets again tonight. That's the type of person I would have been if I'd have been at those streets like that. They would hate me for real because I would have had no kind of feelings, no kind of soul. Because I'm an airhead anyway. I barely got any feelings after these. I do love people and I am considerate, but I had to learn to keep being considerate when I was a child because the Bible says be as a child is. And it seems like it's so hard for us to keep that mindset because we think like, I'm grown, I'm grown. Everybody gonna tell me that. And once you get that grownness in you, like, don't tell me how to do nothing. Don't tell me when to come and do. These are my kids. I'm grown, and not realizing that we have to pull in a little bit of the kids. Being as forgiveness is a sweet thing versus just being stuck on what hurt somebody hurt you and retaliate from that. You don't always want to be a kid in certain things because you do want to be responsible and take care of your children and be responsible, be a woman for your husband, and clean the house up, cook it clean, and do all those things that literally keeps bugs out your house, keep evil spirits out your house, and keep your spirit clean, which means keeps evil spirits from being upon you because you don't want to be that person who always is not cooking, not cleaning, not doing things supposed to be right in the eyes of God, and so that your husband be happy or your boyfriend be happy with you, or so that your wife can be happy or your boyfriend be happy with you because you're cooking, you're cleaning, and you're doing things a woman's supposed to do. You're tending your kids, you're nurturing them, you actually program their minds to be a better person. So whether they take that information and mold themselves or they take it from the streets and mold themselves according to the streets, that's their choice. At least you gave them something to live by from you because you know the works because you're here before them. So I think that's very important with some people. It's basically making sure if you decide to get out there in that bush and you try to plant some seeds out there, learn how to harvest them the right way, you know. But at the same time, there's a time and a place for everything, and you don't always want to be the person who's too adulty that you don't know how to forgive and you don't know how to be sweet and understanding because you can't be like you got to go get your own money because you don't know how to what the person been through. You don't know if they just handicapped or they're crippled or they can't do for themselves or they're slow or they had an accident or something and they can't move at the fast pace where people require them in the world. Okay, that's why I said they can't. They're not. They shouldn't take away the land rights. They should give people, land for some, not necessarily free, but land for a certain value so people everybody can have their home. But nowadays you have everybody's like it's for me, it's for me. And it's like don't get stuck here. Don't be stuck here. But you was like, oh, so you want land? Keep that thought. He wants this land right here, so he gonna have it for eternity. Right there in that land, that spot right there. He looks so cute right there. Go right ahead. Bring my people home. Come on, my people. Come on. Yeah, y'all get on that boat now. Y'all coming home for ever life, and y'all gonna you gonna forget every problems, every sin that ever happened to your life. Get on this boat, come on back home to my son, and let them over there that's in that land talk about this small land. I want about to hear. Da 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 da. You gonna be programmed right there for eternity, right there. Remember everything that you have been through, all the pain, the suffering, all the sickness, diseases that you ever encountered in your life. You're gonna remember that for the rest of your life, and you're gonna encounter it to the point that way you never understood that a soul can feel. But I'm gonna let you know. Okay, go right ahead and keep that personality now. You look so muscular and cute. You look like a little puppy. Just adorable. But anyway, okay, let's walk out of the past for Libras and go into the future. As you see, I do a lot of chat, 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 chat. And I say, hey, I want to make this Libra, this not thing alone, but you see, it's getting long. For some of you Libras, I feel like you deal with energy where you're trying to visualize or manifest things in your life. And I feel like you guys have these dreams and you're looking at this cup like, am I going to get this? Some things are coming through for you guys, but I feel like your meditation for it is not very long. Now, some of you guys, like I said before, you have to have a mindset of a child as forgiveness. And you also have to be like a child who don't think about things, they just do it. So there's certain things you have to be cautious with that you know for a fact it's okay to do versus like you don't want to get in a race car and drive 100, 200 miles per hour and you know you're not supposed to go 45. Common sense will tell you just because you want to do it, don't do it. You know, things within reason and within the law. But when you want something and you know for a fact you want some land or you want a house or you want a car, then you have to manifest those things and look at it and not think of it in a way that's saying that I ain't gonna get it. Oh, it's a waste of time. The money's too high. It doesn't matter. For me, I keep forgetting it over and over again. I keep forgetting that, you know, as we see this here card, it's basically like for people who are older who forgets how to actually manifest stuff for them. You ever seen 16 I want to be Teenage Witch moving? Well, the older lady kind of lost her power, but the younger had her power because she was young and fresh. And the reason why I think, from my perspective of it, is that the younger girl had more of I don't care, I'm gonna go and do what I want to do type of personality. And the old lady was more like settled, and she just felt like I don't have it no more. And usually, it's the older people who has it. Their, their energy is more stronger and powerful than they understand it is because they learn so much, and their wisdom is powerful. It's more there, but sometimes we tend to forget that, and certain things come through, certain things don't. So fear kind of creeps in when we hear that the new rules and new laws come through, and we kind of like think to ourselves like, oh my gosh, they just said they're gonna cut our food, our Medicaid and stuff off. And instead of you saying manifesting, saying, oh no, 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 they're not gonna cut mine. They might cut everybody else on, but they're gonna cut mine. So the manifestation of that will probably sometimes be like, oh no, they ain't cut mine. And then tomorrow you'll be like, oh no, they're gonna cut my Medicaid. So it's like a fear come in. And it's like this because it's like a older person when one day they're good and next day they're not. So this is why this card I feel like comes out for a person that's older. It's like one day you're good and next day you can't manifest some stuff. So I feel like with a teenage witch girl, every day she's manifesting what she want. She want this guy to do this. She want that guy to do this. She want me was pop person in school. She want this and da, 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 da. And everything she wants, she kept that same energy going, going, going for it, the wand to work. So that's why I say for some of us we have to, no matter what age category we get into, we still have to take our vitamins, take our herb stuff, herb ingredients, herb, whatever it is, herb that you take, so that you can stay strong in mind, and so that you can always be able to stay strong with God and pray with God, because once again, it's gonna come a time when it's getting worse than this, where you ain't gonna be able understand what's going on in this world because like I said, it's hard to get to people. It's extremely hard for me to get to people. So I could imagine with me being extremely hard to get to someone, I have talked to other people on other people's pages, so I'm glad a lot of things that I have said have gotten through a lot of people. Compared to, I don't think it has, even though they don't see it as me, they don't comprehend it because the people who comprehend goes and share it on their channels and stuff like that, and they go and tell it. So that's why a lot of people don't know. I see a lot of change compared to what a change was before. Everybody ain't got it yet, but it's important that everybody get it because once again, you don't want to be on that side of like, oh my god. So anyway, this is your present and your near future are things that's probably happening or has already happened. But some of you Libras, I feel like you guys are getting over lost. You like, I can finally see somebody now. At first, I couldn't see what was around me, what was trying to talk to me, what was trying to invite me into their world. And I feel like some of you guys are like, oh, now I can see somebody else that loves me. I can kind of feel for somebody, but you still drowning inside. You still kind of you're distracted with other people, but at the same time, you still feeling like that person in the past has still got you pulled and still got you yoked, and you just want that person to be your perfect, and you're still like, my spirit don't want to rest because you want what you want the other person to be, and it's kind of hard to make someone see you, love you, but you have to also let them walk away from the person, let them realize what they have lost in you, and allow them to build themselves up. And sometimes it takes years and years and years to let someone understand. And it takes sometimes if it's a woman, if it's a man, you literally got to let the man get to 7 or 6, 8 years old because they're gonna cry. They're gonna be really upset that they had to grow up without you. Because that's the hardest thing in the world is for a man is to calm down and, like I say, be old, dusty, and rusty and ain't got nobody to talk to, and realize that he had a good woman. He will cry every day. He'll be so upset. And some of us women, we see the men cry in our faces and we feel sorry for them, but it's nothing like when they get old. The Lord let them live, especially if they go on the other side. It's nothing like them trying to wish like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that woman who did so much good for me. Oh, she loved me so much. Because I remember the man who was like 80 something years old and he was crying. He was like, that woman cleaned my dirty feet when I walked through the mud. She got down on her hands and scrubbed, and she didn't put no gloves on, no nothing. She scrubbed my dirty feet so they were clean. She seen blisters, and she put some kind of leaves on his feet, and his feet was healed. He said his feet was white as snow. He said from whatever she put on his feet to wrap his feet up, he said he couldn't believe that she healed his feet and she healed the scars. Because you know how you walk through the trees and stuff in the woods, and they put a lot of scratches on your back, on your arms and stuff. He said she put some kind of what kind of treatment she put on him. I don't know what it was, but he didn't know what it was either because he was just tired and beat down and whatever he went through. And he said she healed him. And she actually covered for him and saved him. She said when a man came looking for him, she hid him out and told him that she wasn't there. He said she put leaves on him and them big banana, I guess you call them banana leaves. She said she put him in the ground and they had already dug a hole for him just in case they came for him. He said they dug like a barrier hole and they put banana leaves and stuff on there and they planted down there so when they come looking in the place for him, they couldn't find him. And he said she kept him safe, him and his boys. And he said that she fed him and made sure he was, well taken care of and nurtured back to health. He said, but when it was time for our team to go out and they came and got our team, he said, man, I said, I find another person. He said, but I love that woman to death. He said, we had a kid together. He said, oh, she was so good to me. He said, but when I was young, he said, I couldn't see the good in her. He said, she would be in the back of my mind, but in reality, I just was like, I gotta move on. So I feel like for some people, when you're in a relationship for a long time or just a recent relationship and you feel like this person is my bond, like I said, some of you guys could be dealing with a water sign, fire sign, and usually the air sign, usually the water and earth signs, I call them twin flames. Some people may call them soulmates. I don't know. And the reason why I say I don't call soulmates because if you kind of think about stuff, soulmate, what is a soulmate? Okay, your soul, right, is a soul where you know what you want and what you don't want, and you know what gels with you and what don't gel with you. So you kind of like you can feel your energy inside of you and how good it feels for you. So when you meet somebody else and they give you the same kind of vibe, it's like someone has the same kind of heat, same kind of energy, spirit as you. It seems like you came from that person real. Just like a mom and dad. Your mom come home or dad come home, you can tell your mom and dad coming home because you are connected to their energy and you can feel them. Same thing I feel like with love. You have a real, but I think you constantly being connected to. Every human being I feel like is coming out of real. We don't see it happening, but I feel like the gods or the angels, they see how it's being made. But I don't feel like we kind of comprehend that unless we just look deeper into it until we get to ourselves. So that's why a lot of people say, I don't know what's up, man. I don't know when I meet. And I'm just trying to always give you that kind of middle ground is to kind of help you picture it. So when you look for it, you can feel it. But sometimes you can't even explain it because it's like a heat wave that come over, and it comes from your head all the way to your toes, and it's all in your fingers. And it's like something that is attached to you, and it's like a magnet energy that you cannot separate yourself from. Even when that person go, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm missing somebody. You feel lost and you feel abandoned once you meet that soulmate, from my experience. And I feel like with twin flame, it's a magnet energy sexually from your stomach, your navel part of your stomach, on down to your jaja. I think that's where it is. It doesn't go to your feet or nothing. It just, only part it covers is your sex organ. That's it. And maybe your heart. Make your heart beat. Other than that, it doesn't cover the whole entire body, like the head and the feet and the arms. It's not fulfillment. So I feel like it's a magnet too, because you can't resist that person. It's like you fuss and fight with a person because you can't really agree with nothing that's said. And I feel like that's why you have a lot of people that have dangerous love, because they don't agree on nothing. And that's like earth and water. You don't really have a whole conversation together because it's like we can't agree on nothing. And I feel like some people may feel like I don't mess with 20 men, and I feel a lot of them I can't agree with. Well, some of them are not going to give you that a magnet sexuality. Some people will say, yes, they do. There's some people that you cannot resist. And they stay on your mind along with anybody else. You're going to know because you're going to just push them away. They get on your nerves. They make you suck your teeth. Oh, you get on my nerves. Oh, go away. Oh, it's like they're annoying fly or something. Versus the other person, it's just that they have the energy. And I've said it one time before. But let's move on. For some of your earth signs, for some of your Libras, I feel like you're dealing with somebody who either already gave you money or somebody that's not giving you money. But say it's like you got a guy who has more than one child with somebody else. So I feel like he's either giving the stepchild's children money, or he's giving the other kids money and not giving your child money. So I feel like you guys had a maybe had some words about that, or they was giving your child money and the baby mama confronts you and saying, oh, he's supposed to get that money to my child because he's supposed to buy my child some shoes for school, or my child needed clothes, and you turn around, you gonna make him give you all the money, da da da. So it could have been a situation where you guys would deal with the earth sign type person, or the person needed money for kids for school or something, or maybe the money was done because you guys maybe needed a car or something like that. Well, that's a situation I feel like some of you Libras had a issue where somebody feel like, why you ain't give me the money? For some of your Libras, I feel like you're in a situation where you feel like you're blocked, you're trapped. This is the present now, wherein it feels like you may say, I was talking about the present, like, but this is actually what's going on maybe right now, or what your mind is dealing with at this present, versus this energy was like sort of like, it wasn't the past, but it's like something that happened maybe yesterday, and you would call it the past, but it's still like something lingering on to this present. But the present person will be like right here, right now. Um, so that it's like a deeper past, and then there's a past where it just happened a few days ago for some of you guys, and for some of you guys, it still hasn't happened. It just still you're young, or you still hadn't experienced that. Like for me, everything I'm telling you is something that I hasn't. Some of the things I have not experienced, like I never got married. I don't have any kids, so it's not in my past or future because I don't have any kids. But I never married, so yeah, it's not even talking about me. So for some of you Libra, that's why I'm always saying for some of you guys, because I know that I don't have any kids, and I ain't owe no child support nobody. I mean, I'm surrounded by people who's talking about child support, and they're gonna do this and do this. I hear this, but this is not my situation because I don't have any kids and I don't have a man. But some of us probably do have kids and probably feel like they owe back child support and probably blowing up or upset about this, still doing child support. But it's not me. So anyway, for some of your leaves, I feel like you're trapped in a situation where you don't want to be in. You could be trapped in a marriage, you could be trapped in a relationship. But I feel like you feel like your hands are tied. I feel like you can't do nothing. You feel like someone is not letting you out, but in reality, you're not trapped. You're not locked in the situation that you think it is, because you can literally get out of this. You just need to think of a way to get it. You have to really want it, And as I said before, you don't really want it because you still have feelings and you still feel like there's hope for this person. So whether it's a man or a woman, you still feel like, I really feel like we can work this out if you just become this miracle man of God. Just answer my prayers. If he just answer my prayers and make you a good person, I'm sure that, give me a minute, I'm sure that you'll be a good person. So I feel like for some of you Libras, I feel like once you get locked into something, you become weak for it. And once you become weak, it feels good to be weak. The energy of sucking into your heart, you feel like everyone tells you you have to have a heart, you have to love. And when you love and you've been with somebody for so long, that love of that person always come back into foreplay. So when anybody you talk to, you remember that person that you was once loving, that person, how you had to do with them so that you could show that this is what love is supposed to be. When in reality, the person wasn't showing a loving outcome. And sometimes if we deal with a earth sign person that seems to be so damn hard headed, and it seems like they're so stubborn, they don't want to listen, they don't want to do nothing you tell them to do. If we deal with an airhead, another air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or another Libra, you may feel like they're overthinking in their heads, they're not communicating to you, and they're just constantly going in and out trying to take care of everybody in the world and not take care of you, or they are cheating and they're trying to hold up, they're trying to be master manipulator and try to pretend that they're not doing certain things. So they try to play head games with you and try to outthink you, and the common sense to them don't even sound right. Because when air signs do things wrong, they don't have no kind of common sense, in my opinion, from my experience now. Not everybody's like that. I'm just going to give you from my perspective, you know. I'm not hating everybody. I'm not hating on the zodiac signs because I say I'm pure raw. I'm not hating on you. I'm just trying to help you understand that this is for what I'm giving to you. When you meet the maker, you gonna realize I had nothing. I was just trying to save you. I promise you. You gonna be like, my girl. You was nothing but lies compared to when you go to Judgment Day and someone makes you remember everything that ever happened in your life. And it makes you tremble and shake to the point where you ain't never shook before. You ain't never felt so embarrassed in your whole entire life before. That's a feeling no human wants to feel. That's something that everything that you ever done that you think that you don't feel shame for, you sit there proud for. God says in the Bible, they do not fear me. They do not fear any shame. That means he's covering you with a vessel where that you can go off and have free will. That free will is powerful. It is amazing. It is a blessing. Because once he take that away from you and you actually connect with him again, whoo, child. You be like, I know you lying. I know I don't exist. Ooh, honey. I hate to sound like I'm preaching to you, but child, when you lose free will, I ain't talking about going to jail. Some of you guys may be going to jail for fighting with this other person. I'm just saying, I don't want to speak it on everybody. I'm saying some of you. So be mindful of girlfriend, boyfriend, baby mama drama too. For some of you. But I'm just telling you, it's nothing like going to jail. You've been jailed, it's freedom. You still protected from God. You still protected from him taking away free will. Because he took away free will, you be like, first thing you better do, God, you say I have free will. And then it come back around. Because when he comes through and talk to you, oh, everybody like, I wish the Lord, though you don't. I wish he'd talk to me, girl. He took away that free will for a minute to talk to you. And you be like, what is this, that? Trying to mess you up. Trying to put you straight. Trying to make you feel everything and reason why you don't have this and the reason why it's going through because you did this, because you did that. Okay? And you don't need not to do that. Ooh, child. All this stuff they feel that's going on, child. It's nothing like when you take that free will from you. That day comes and you realize that I have no opportunities no more. That's the opportunities that's been denied again. Then you realize that my emotions had nothing to do with nobody on the face of earth. When I tell you, nobody on earth, this magnitude, when that free will is taken from you guys. I'm telling you. That's $1 million question that I can give to anybody. That's $1 billion, $1 trillion. I can tell anybody it's given to you for free on all social media platforms I go on. I tell it to you for free. It's worth $1 billion. A trillion, a gazillion, zillion, zillion, gazillion, gazillion, a zillion, of being a tree. However you wanna say. Anyway, let's get back to the reading. Let's get back to the reading. Get out of Alice in Wonderland, Nico, Nico. So anyway, um, once again, I feel like for some of you guys, you're trapping yourself. So get out of trapping yourself, which means that when you go to a lot of readers and they tell you, "Oh, it's blocked. I can't read you. I can't read you." It's not so much as saying that you're blocked. It's that you're in a situation wherein you don't want to see the truth in the situation. You don't want to see this person for what they're really doing. You don't want them. You don't want it to be over. You want them to be the way you think they're supposed to be. Okay. If they're cheating, you don't want to know that they were cheating. You want this to be not cheating. You they're loud and abusive and nasty. You don't want to be that way. You want them to be just like it was on the first date. You want them to love you like they was in love with you the first date. For some of you leaves, I feel like that's what you want. For some of you leaves, I feel like you can't see clear for some reason. I feel like you're maybe got blurred vision, or maybe you're just feeling like some of the things that you wanted to come true, you can't see it manifesting anymore. Some things you had hope in, you don't have hope in them. And it also could be love, this marriage, this love, this kids. There's things that you had vision that you wanted to keep growing, growing. Some of you guys is like, I'm so fuzzy. Like I said, you can't see clear. Even if someone says, "Hey, let me show you design is right here," and you still like, I can't. I need some glasses. I can't see it at all. I'm definitely like that. So I feel like you guys are going through that energy where you worry about your money, and some of you guys are making that big money, or some of you guys are buying new houses, big nice houses. Some of you guys are getting nice cars. Some of you guys are doing it big. When I say big, divine, the fruit is coming through. God is coming through with it. I can't even. I don't want to talk like I'm preaching because, girl, you heard to say this, that God says, "Do not touch the vines and the grapes." Somebody is. Look at me trying to preach. Somebody is. Someone, I want to say the gods or spirit world has some of you Libras, and where you're at the vine, where you cannot be touched, because the Bible says, "Do not touch the vines or the base of the trees. Do not harm them or the olive trees, the grapes and the olive trees. Do not harm them." So I feel like for some of you Libras, God is like, "Do not harm them," or you got somebody who loves you or like you, and it's like, "Do not harm them," okay? Because you are. How can I say? You are the nutritious or the food that someone needs to eat. So therefore, they need this for nutritious new food, but they don't come. People don't see that. People don't comprehend that you are the fruit of the vine. They don't understand that you are something that they need. Okay, they're just blind to that. For some of you guys offer these people here a cup of life, and it was like, "I don't want that. I don't know. I don't like this. Came for her. Came for him. He's a bomb bomb. She's a bomb bomb. I don't want it for her. I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to get no bum bump." But some of you guys are like that. Okay. So be mindful of that energy, and also be mindful of people treating you like they don't want it from you. Because they're like, I don't like her. Of course, people gonna like you, just they don't like themselves. So usually they don't like somebody else, they like themselves. But for me, I mostly, if I don't like somebody, it's because of what they did to me or what they're doing to society or people. And I'm like, girl, what? What? Don't be telling people they're finna get rich tomorrow. Everybody can get rich, and you know darn well. You know how many readings I have been on? People's like, "Oh, you got money right here. You finna get money. God says this and that." No, no, no. God ain't telling me. You know, much like that. He ain't telling me everybody can get rich. Because if I tell you everybody will get rich, there's gonna be a whole lot. First thing he gonna say, "I know you lying." What did my Bible say? You go out there trying to put some light, girl. I won't be able to sleep good tonight. I be having rotisserie nightmares because I don't went out there and spoke some lies to people. No. For some of you Libras, you guys are very, very, very fortunate. You're gonna be very out there. Okay. But at the same time, for some of you Libras, you are going to be in a position where not in a position, in a place where your house is nice and is decent, and even if it needs maintenance or something like that, because once again, you know, our grapes and stuff on the tree, it needs always taken care of, a tender and stuff like that. So always tender your houses, always keep things upgraded, keep your car upgraded, keep your things that you have upgraded, because it's always a season time for everything, okay? So that's what that card kind of means. Also, it could be some of your leaders who could be pregnant or finding out you're pregnant. Also, you guys may pay attention to a water sign baby for some of your Libras, okay? So this reading is going on and on, but hey, it's your birthday, right? So, and I also say that I was gonna do it up. For some of your Libras, I feel like you guys are gonna be shy or kind of hide behind the scenes. Also, for some of you Libras, I feel like for some of you Libras, I feel like you guys are going to be like um put on a smile, but actually in reality, you kind of like feeling grouchy. You're not really in the mood for certain things. For some of you Libras, I feel like you guys are having an attitude where you're not, I won't say nonchalant and you don't care about nothing. It's like you have this energy where you're just not so concerned on certain things. It's not a big deal. And it's like you're going to the store, but okay, everybody look at me. Okay, it's nothing. I don't care. I don't care. They're watching me. I don't care. I don't care. It's like somebody, you're very popular for some of your Libras, and for some of the Libras, you just have the attitude wherein you are very popular, and everybody might be looking at you, but you don't care. Okay, even if you're not popular, I feel like you're gonna be the type of person where you're gonna communicate like everybody's supposed to know who I am. Okay, Mons is like that. Oh my God, she's so like that. She's that person when she go to a stranger party and it's not even her party. She don't know the people, but she would go up to everybody. Hey, I'm Mrs. So and so. So how you doing? You know how the people is, right? You be like, girl, you got like you like a Leo. You like everybody, but this is a Leo's card though. What are the odds of that? But you could be dealing with a Leo. Some of you guys, and Leo may be kind of getting on your nerves, like I am dealing with somebody who's getting on my nerves. Some of you guys maybe feel like. Either you're not around your family a lot, or you feel like you're missing the family members, or you feel like the happy days just got memories, and maybe you're just upset and in the mood, maybe crying because you feel like all you got is memories, and maybe looking at photo albums of your children or your grandkids or some kids that you might miss and they're not home. But some of your leaders, you could have a really blow up. Okay, something that it was that you thought was okay, and it's just like you may have just a spasm. Something may go wrong and you just flip out. And I feel like some of you guys, it could be dealing with maybe your children's daddy or a baby mama. But whatever the thing is, it's like you knew that this was bound to happen, but you kept on. It's like doing something and you know this is not going to end right. Say for instance, like you kept texting your baby daddy, telling him to do this, do this, do this. Then all of a sudden he blows up at you, or all of a sudden you get fired from job. But it's like you knew if you kept doing a certain thing that it was eventually to blow up in your face. For some of you guys, I feel like if it's a job or relationship, it could be that being this blow up kind of clears the air for you, and it also could be that you're done with this person. So it could be the new person, old person that you some of your leaders are dealing with, where in this situation where you know how you built the relationship wasn't right from the get go, or how you allow things to happen versus what you could avoid. Also, you could date somebody who feel like they judge you for everything you was doing, and you seen this from very again. Like for me, it was this guy that I was trying to talk to, and he was like, "Oh, what you got? A song, song, song? Oh, what you have? This song? What? Okay, I'm gone." You see what I'm saying? I ended the conversation so quickly until I was like, "I'm out here." Versus you keep going on and you know this person is the type of person who don't have nothing, but kind of like wants you to have it all, and then turn around wants you to know that you have to get that person some expensive stuff. Okay, so it's like you see this coming and you kept on talking to this person, and then your heart fell into it, and then you felt like, well, I want somebody, I want to brag about them, I want to talk about them, like Doja Cat says the song says. And sometimes you just get weak and you just like, well, he just need this, and well, he just need that, or well, she just need that, well, she just did. I'm gonna do it one time, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then you turn around, your heart gets weak, and once your heart gets weak, you don't want nobody to tell you, oh, it's gone. Where they at? You know, you want to keep that feeling going on, and you keep thinking they're gonna change, they'll be better, and it's like you keep building a moment where you're just gonna blow up. And I feel like for some of you leavers, you have a moment where you just blow up and spasm out for some reason. I think it could be the past. Like I said, somebody you guys will date someone fresh, and it could be just somebody you feel like, hey, it's okay. You could be a water sign, some of you guys, or air sign you guys dating. There's two waters here. So it could be a water sign. And some of you guys could be waiting on an earth sign to come around and tell you something. Or some of you guys are waiting on money or a check to come in. You be like, where my money? I need my money. So some of you guys are probably waiting on some money to come in. Maybe you plant some seeds, and maybe you're trying to wait for things to build up, to prosper, because you don't put that money thing out there. And it's like, I need my money. Run me my money. Okay. For some of you Libras, I would say you're large and in charge, but I also feel like some of your Libras are shady, large, in charge. I feel like someone feel like you did a rush deal or you didn't care about the details and something, and the details that you didn't care about something, it kind of like making the program kind of bad. And I feel like you're not focused on the fact that it may cost way too much money, and then you realize, oh my gosh, I'm short of money. I also feel like you guys probably maybe own properties and stuff like that, and I feel like you did not look at all the fine details on something. Something did you not look at all the fine details on, and whatever the fine details you didn't care about, I feel like that's gonna be a backfire. Okay, some of your Libras is gonna be a bad deal for you, and some of your Libras, hey, and what I mean by bad deal, it could mean that because of the fact that you rush something to get done, rush a relationship, rush to get married, rush to get divorced, rush to be with somebody, and within a quick minute, it could lead to somebody else to be fighting over you, or it could mean that you, like I said, somebody is rushing to get money or something, but at the same time, because you're out in a BD con trying to get everything done, you need to pay attention to your books, money wise. Pay attention, because once again, you could be dealing with an injury where people are just um gonna act innocent, and you're gonna be like, no, 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 you did this, or vice versa. You could be dealing with an injury where you act innocent and pretend dumb, play dumb on something, and everybody be like, no, it was you, you did it, I know it was you. So somebody gonna be pointing you out and saying that it was your fault if you did it. And some of your Libras did do it. Some of your Libras called working accounting somewhere and took the money out the books, and they're gonna like, you did it, and you be like, no, I didn't. And you know you did. Somewhere or another, you may lose your job, and some of you guys may realize that something, I want to say a contract needs to be looked over to find details, because then this person here who's on your contract, you know, saying it ain't my fault, it's your fault, you should have paid attention to what was going on. Also, I feel like watch your money, Libras. Something about your money is needs to be paid attention, because I feel like somebody is leaving you out of the cold with something, somebody's hiding a secret, or you hiding a secret from somebody, but I feel like other people's hiding a secret from you. Also, I feel like with two properties or homes and stuff that you have, watch your money with that, because it could be that somebody's running for tab on your home. You know how somebody get money on top of your home, and then you end up be the one paying for it. So be mindful of that, because it'll like some kind of someone putting something on you that ain't yours. Okay. So anytime you see a lot of bunch of water cards, the reflection says "of me onto you," and then you got the Seafa card here. Um, So all this is just defending myself with money and stuff like this, and this is a lump sum. This is some clarity. This is something that you want to happen, but you feel like someone cut you. Hold up, let me see something. Okay, we'll come back. I know you don't know I'm going, but I had to stop for a minute. Oh, who's been hollering? That's why I hate reading stuff. It's like the fastest I read it, family acting up. I don't like doing. I stepped back a couple months ago and doing it, but I stepped away for some years from doing it. I see that. Mm. So watch your money, Libra. Don't be slipping slide, because I know we could be very dingy and very trustworthy people. Don't trust no fire sign or earth sign with your money. Be mindful of that. Or Aquarius, could be some straightness going on. Check up your deals, make sure your deals good. Keep your money on lockdown. Don't trust somebody. Nobody taking off with your money, because they may feel like, yeah, she's so wild, he's so wild, he ain't paying that no mind. Don't get jiffy, because this right here with your money, they will haul ass with your money, girl. A boy, a dude, man, guy, female, gentleman. Zoe, slipper handed. Don't be slipping, because you ain't gonna be able to find them. Because they're gonna move fast as hell. This person move fast. Mm-hmm. Move marble. Let me call him Fed. Yep. Could be a female or male. Someone that you know getting out of prison. Be mindful of them. They know how to do some tricks now. Some of you guys got a smart attorney and knows what he's doing. And some of you guys got a thug attorney. A thug attorney. Be mindful of what you need for. Some of you guys are ready for the football season. You want to dress up and look pretty. For some of you Libras. Some of you Libras just want to go to an island and just be woosah like me. I want to go to an island. I need to go to an island. I need to woosah, woosah, and sit and meditate. It's crazy how this come out. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to cry. Some of you guys want to go to this date night with your boyfriend, with your husband. You want to have some fun. I'm eating some dance. I'm outside. Some of you guys are like, I'm outside. Y'all see me? I'm outside. Anyway, some of you guys may be dealing with someone who may confess on the deathbed. Some of you guys are dealing with parasites surrounding you. Some of you guys are in the light and need to break. So don't be with somebody. Don't do something for people who want to take a bribery, who might bribe you, who might try to get you, blacklist you, blackmail you, whatever it is. They probably want you to give them some money, type of thing. Some of your Libras could be dealing with somebody who's a firefighter. He could be a guy who works in a fire. Some of you guys are Libras who goes and watch empty houses and think they're spooky and scary. Some of your Libras. Some of your Libras could be dealing with somebody, or it could be you going to somebody's house who got a big house and try to break in and steal their money. Big mansions. Like I told you, somebody's stealing some money from somewhere. Mm, mm, mm. Some of your Libras are probably investing in tiny houses or want to buy a tiny house. Some of your Libras are probably going to the coldest place in the world. Probably just want to get away from everybody. Some of you Libras be mindful of running for the cops. You don't want to get hurt or injured. Find one for them. Some of your Libras live in areas where the weather is acting up all over. Don't be the person who stands too close to the roads when it breaks down. Don't be the person who stands too close when the lava hits ground. Don't be the firefighter who's in there when the fire trees finna fall down. And don't be that person when the whole city's about to sink. And you're hell, what you mean by that? Don't be a superhero. I say that all the time. I be like, if I was right there, I could save it. Some of you could be going to church and getting your child Christian. Some of you Libras are ready for their birthday and bash. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna get suited up and get dressed up. They're gonna take a picture of this. Maybe don't like me when they see me. Some of you Libras, that's so sweet. You got somebody thinking about you while they're with somebody else. And like I said before, it could be you Libras who think about somebody else. But somebody's thinking about what you said to them. It's this time of season, your birthday, so they have the memories of like, I remember when she told me this. I remember on her birthday when we did this. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm just saying. But some of you guys are having a pajama party for your birthday. That's cute. A pajama party? Oh, that's so adorable. I'm not gonna say that. Some of you guys may be in the field where your husband is overseas somewhere and you praying for him and he's praying. Yeah, keep it going. But this person here feels like this is unnecessary. They're scared as crap. Some of you guys may meet somebody on the streets that's begging for money while you sitting here doing your job. So you know what that job is. Some of you guys need to watch out for your kids. It could be get bullied in the streets, bully on the other kids. I would talk, ask them what's going on, ask them what's going on in their life, so they can tell you what's going on. Some of you guys are open up a store or something, a grand opening coming up, something big for some of your leaders. Like I said before earlier, something big going down, something big going down, something big going down. Some of your leaders could be receiving a lot of roses. That's that rapper girl. I'm reading her. Well, I can't help but consider Libra, right? Some of you guys are eating a lot of popcorn. So I got some popcorn I said I was gonna eat, so that's crazy. Some of you guys may be sitting off your stool to be tested for some of your Libras, or some kind of test, some kind of poop, or you put poop in the bag. Ooh, they be telling all your business. Y'all need to stop. Some of you guys may sail on an island, or you going boats, sailing, sailing in a boat or something like that. What's your pet dog for some of your Libras? What else we got? Some of you guys could be learning how to do some kind of dance, or maybe a spiritual dance. Some of you guys maybe need rehabilitation, or with someone who's working out rehabilitation. Someone maybe still needs rehabilitation, which means they're trying to build their strength back up in their bodies. Maybe they had an injury or something, so they're trying to build it back up. So some of you guys could be doing something like that. Okay. Some of you guys are decorating for fall festivals. And you take yellow pictures like, hey, look at me, I look cute, me and my kids. Got some fall pictures coming up. Some of your Libras are just drained, tired. You don't want to be in school. That's for some of your young ones. This college or whatnot, but you want to get that education, buddy. Okay, Libras, I'm repeating now. So this has been your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Like I said, for some of you guys, you could be pregnant, could be getting pregnant, or hear the news that you're pregnant. For some of you guys, it could be secrets going on. And for some of you guys, you're just in the clouds about whether or not this relationship should redo itself. You know how you date somebody and you just want it to be like the first time, as I said before. So I feel like some of your Libras, you want it to be like it was, make it like it was. You know that song? So I feel like some of your Libras want that really bad. But I also feel like you're going to have some kind of misunderstanding going on, Libra. So watch your money. You don't want to flip a flip because you like, so I mess with my money bag. Or if it ain't your money bag, it's the way you build things in a relationship. So instead of you just seeing things what it is, you just kept on letting it escalate until it gets to the point where it's just you exploding. And you know what I mean. That's for any Libras. You know exactly what kind of relationship you're in. You know he was cheating when you first met him. You know he was doing all this stuff. And you ignore until it gets really bad. Okay? If you know she was cheating and you know she was with them short skirts and doing all this stuff, and you knew for a fact what she was getting yourself into. And you ignore. And then all of a sudden, boom, bam, you're surprised. You're surprised. So this has been your reading, Libras. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. For those of you who need a personal reading, my information will be below the video in the description box. Email me until I get a regular website. If you're afraid to do that, just keep enjoying the free videos. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Hope I wasn't too ratchet all over the place because I am moving, because I'm trying to, put stuff up here as I'm doing reading. So be blessed. Be a blessing to other people. I hope that your prayers are answered when you're doing things that's righteous. And when I say when you're doing things that's right, I'm not talking about when you right here robbing and killing and stealing and doing all kind of stuff and you know that's not right, and then you want somebody to bless you for it. You want to be, oh, please save, going to prison. Oh, please save. Do the right thing for those of you who are walking right. I pray that your blessings are doors open, that you need a place to stay, apartment, house, whatever it may be, car, transportation, motorcycle, whatever it is that you try.